Here is a set of 10 questions to check our readiness with the chapter Polynomials of class 10th CBSE. Let's begin with the first question. The first question is the number of polynomials having zeros as a -2 and 5 is. That means if you have two zeros, say alpha, which is -2 and beta as a 5, how many polynomials can be formed out of it? So if we have two of them, we can have x minus alpha times x minus beta, and we multiply this, we get a quadratic polynomial. So it appears as if there is only one polynomial, that is quadratic polynomial, but there may be polynomials with repeated roots. So we can have x minus alpha times x minus alpha times x minus beta. This will give us a cubic polynomial. There may be polynomial where beta is being repeated n number of times, alpha repeated n number of times. So the number of polynomials having zeros as -2 and 5 means if two zeros are given, we can generate more than 3 polynomials. Coming to the second question, the sum of squares of zeros of a quadratic polynomial 6x square plus x plus k is 25 by 36. We are supposed to find k. See, we are given the sum of squares means alpha square plus beta square as 25 by 36. And the quadratic polynomial is 6x square plus x plus k. So from here we can just pick up ABC. A is 6. B is coefficient of x, which is 1, and C is the constant itself, that is k. So how to find the value of k? So let us go for the algebraic identity a plus b whole square. So from there we can get an expression like alpha square plus beta square means a square plus b square is a plus b means alpha plus beta square minus twice of alpha beta. Okay, alpha square plus beta square is a 25 upon 36. Alpha plus beta, sum of zeros. Sum of zeros is minus b by a. So minus 1 by 6 square. Minus twice of c by a, and c is a k, a is a 6. Let's work out. In this equation there is only one unknown, so we get the value of it. So we will get 25 by 36 is 1 upon 36 minus twice k. So okay, fine, this is 1/3. So this is k by 3. Okay, so we can exchange these two. On exchanging, we will get k by 3 is equal to 1 by 36 minus 25 by 36. Okay, I try to remember this. We will get k by 3 is a 1 by 36 minus 25 by 36. Let's take LCM. We get here 36 and here 1 minus, okay, so this minus 24. You can go for 3 12s 36 and 12 2s 24. So k is -2. Coming to third question, if alpha and beta are zeros of x square minus 4x plus 1, we are supposed to find the value of 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta minus alpha beta. First, let us simplify the expression whose value we are supposed to find 1 by alpha plus 1 by beta minus alpha beta. Okay, so this part first. So this gives us beta plus alpha by alpha beta, which we can write it as alpha plus beta, which is sum of zeros, by product of zeros minus product of zeros. Sum of zeros, you know, minus b by a. Product of zeros is c by a. And this one is also c by a. This part, when you work out, the denominator a's cancel, and ultimately we are going to get negative b by c minus of c by a. Now from the given equation, we have to just pick up a, b, c. You see a is 1, b is -4 and c is 1. And we just plot those values here. We get negative of -4 means plus 4 by c. C is 1 minus 1 upon 1. 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 is a 3. So the first option. Coming to fourth question. Graph of quadratic polynomial is a parabola. Fifth question. If graph of a polynomial does not intersect x-axis but intersects y-axis at a point, number of zeros of the polynomial. So what they want to say, for example, we have a quadratic polynomial. This polynomial's graph intersects y-axis, something like this or this. It does not intersect x-axis at all. So what is the number of zeros? Zeros are those points where the graph intersects x-axis. So number of zeros will be 0. This quadratic equation has imaginary roots. Coming to sixth question, a polynomial of degree n. A polynomial of degree n has only one zero, exactly n zeros, at most n zeros, more than n zeros. A polynomial of degree n has at most n zeros. This is an important question, very important question. How many zeros will a polynomial whose degree is n will have? It will have at most n zeros. Coming to seventh question, a quadratic polynomial whose sum of zeros is a 3, means alpha plus beta, which is minus b by a, is 3. Product of zeros is negative 2. So we have to form the quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial can be formed using the expression x square minus sx plus p. S stands for sum of zeros and p stands for product of zeros. So it is x square minus 3x plus of minus 2. So minus 2. So x square minus 3x minus 2. Where is it? The second option, x square minus 3x minus 2. Coming to eighth question. If one root of this polynomial 5x square plus 13x plus m is a reciprocal of the other. Remember, in this chapter, whenever they say one root is a reciprocal of the other, you have to use the product of zeros is equal to c by a. And if the question says one root of a quadratic polynomial is the negative of the other, then you have to use the formula sum of zeros as minus b by a. Okay. One root of this polynomial is reciprocal of the other. Find the value of m. So because reciprocal, we will use the expression product of zeros is c by a. One root is a reciprocal of the other. So let's take beta as 1 by alpha, so that we have an easy cancellation. Now left side we have alpha times 1 by alpha is a c by a. Our given quadratic polynomial c is m. A is a 5. Done. You can cancel this and then you can cross multiply, and 1 times 5 is 5. 5 is m. So what is m? M is a 5. So the second option. Coming to ninth question. If 1 0 of this polynomial is a negative 4, we are supposed to find k. If 1 0 is given, then you see we are given the polynomial in x, which is x square minus 5x plus k. So one of the 0 is a negative 4. So 0 means value of x. So in place of x, wherever you see x, there you plot negative 4. Negative 4. Okay. And since minus 4 or negative 4 is one of the 0, the moment in place of x you plot negative 4, you have to write the polynomial equal to 0. So now you have a nice equation in which only one unknown term, and you can work out or you can find the value of unknown term. So let's solve. Negative 4 square is 16. Negative 5 times negative 4 is plus 20 plus k is 0. So this happens to be 36 plus k is 0. You can transpose 36 and you get k as negative of 36. The third option. Coming to 10th question. If alpha and beta are zeros of the polynomial x square minus 16, then alpha times beta times alpha plus beta is what? You know that alpha times beta, product of zeros is C by A, and alpha plus beta is minus of B by A. So from our expression, we have to pick up just A, B, C, and we have to find the value. So the expression is x square minus 16. So x term is missing because x coefficient must be 0. So 1x square minus 0x minus 16. So this is our quadratic polynomial, and you can just write the standard form ax square plus bx plus c, okay, equal to 0. Okay, so you can encircle like this and pick up the coefficients, and you know what is ABC now. So A is 1, B is 0, C is negative 16. Now let's find the value of this. Alpha times beta means C by A times alpha plus beta is negative B by A. Let's put the values. C is negative 16, by A is 1, B is 0. By A doesn't matter, 0 times whatever is 0. So this expression value is 0. So 10th question 0. Hope this video is very useful to you. God bless.